Hi, good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. Hi. I see everyone ready to go. I see your laptops out. Thank you, everyone, for being here today. All right, we have a lot of great things we're going to do today, but we are going to start off with Mrs. Joe. She's going to continue um, our writing lesson, and it's going to lead into some really exciting, fun text stuff that we are going to do in the next few weeks. So let's welcome Mrs. Joe.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you for being here again. So today we're really excited as we get ready for the little writing task that we're going to be working on. So we're going to show the actual assignment that Mrs. Ha created. So we know that there is an exciting day that many students enjoy, maybe many teachers enjoy it also. And it's Halloween. Halloween's coming up this month, right? At the end of the month. One of the things that I did when I was in the classroom was this topic right here that we're showing you. And it's one of the daily journals that Mrs. Hall will be sharing. Many different type of prompts, but this one we thought would be really fun to do with all of you and with your teacher. So let's read the prompt together. Okay, this is a daily journal, but we know that it will take longer than just one day. So you can use this one and start your writing, but also know that you can continue to work on it next week. All right. So the topic says, what should my teacher be? And we're talking about what costume, and what character should your teacher be for Halloween. So here are some different little question stems that will help you. So, and let me read the prompt again. Let's go down a little bit. And so it says in the blue sentences right below, it says, what should my teacher be for Halloween? That's the prompt that you're going to work on. Now, if you think about that, what kind of writing is that? If we say, what should my teacher be for Halloween? Or if you don't celebrate Halloween, because not everybody does. There's some students who do not, and some families who do not celebrate Halloween. So that's okay. And it says, or what should my teacher be for a costume party? Okay, so if she had to go to a costume party, what do you think she should be and why? So, what kind of writing do you think this would be? Now, if you look at this slide that Mrs. Ha created, to the left of the slide, if you make it a little bit smaller, you'll see the post-its that we worked on last week. Was it last week or 2 weeks? I don't remember. Okay, so the three different types of writing on the left side, you see the little post-its. Isn't that great? We included that. And so there's a different type of writing, right? So when you look at these three, you should be able to identify right away which one is for what. So the three different writing types we have narrative, we have informative, and we have opinion. Now, if you look at the three, let's stop right there. Which one do you think that one is? Which one is that one? I want you to tell your neighbor or your teacher, what kind of writing would we use this organizer for? And how do we know that? How do we know that it is what you think it is? Is it opinion? Thumbs up if you think it's opinion. Thumbs down if you say, no, Mrs. Joe, that's not opinion. Ah, thank you. I see your thumbs. Thank you. Mrs. Razzo, thank you. I see your students. Yes. All right. Is this opinion? Or did I already say that? Is this narrative? Is it a story? Thumbs up if you think so. Thumbs down if you say no, 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 Mrs. Joe, it's not for a narrative. Ah, yes, this is for a narrative. I know that because in the very top in the introduction, it says SC arrow and there's a hook, right? So SC arrow, seeing the character, the C and the arrow is a hint that, oh, yes, this is a narrative. Also, in the body of your writing, you see the dialogue and thoughts. Those are also a clue that it's a narrative. All right, let's go to the other one right above. How about this one right here? Take a look at it. I want you to tell your neighbor, what kind of writing is this one? Is it informative? Is it opinion? Or is it a narrative? And how do you know that? Tell your neighbor or tell your teacher. How do you know this is what you think it is? All right. Thumbs up if you think this one, well, we already did narrative. So thumbs up if you think this one is informative. Thumbs down if you say, no, Mrs. Joe, this is kind of looks like an informative, but this is not for an informative. So informative, where you're giving information, thumbs up, or no, it's not. Ah, thank you. Thank you. I see. Thank you, Mrs. Sparza's class. I see you guys showing me your thumbs. All right. This is an opinion. And how do I know that? Yeah. You see the big O right there? And then in the body, what do you see? T-R-E-E, tree. T for transition. What's R for? Yes, we have to have that. We have to make sure for an opinion, you have to have the R, which is reasons, reasons for your opinion. So the tree will help us. That acronym, it's called an acronym when you have the first letter of each word. T, transition, R, reason, E, evidence. You have to have evidence from the text. And then another E can be expanding it. Give an example, explain it. Okay, so that last E could be lots of different things. All right, very good. Let's go to the top one. All right, so now we know this is not, we know the one that's left over, right? So we did narrative, we did opinion. So this one must be informative. So it looks almost like the opinion one too, right? Except the body, look at the body. 1, 2, 3. We have T-D-E-E instead of T-R-E-E. D for detail. Oh, you know what? We also called it M. Do you remember that? So for your grade level, actually, we have another way that we did it together. T-D-E-E or T-M for main idea of the paragraph, and then D-D. Okay, it's a little bit different. So Mrs. Howell, we might need to add the other one too. Okay, because T-D-E-E, actually, I use this one with mostly third graders. Some fourth and fourth graders use it too when you start. Transition, detail, and then expand. But we also learned it transition and then M for the main idea of each box, because you have so much more to write. Now, for this assignment though, today on this daily journal, you can do TDEE because we're not writing multiple paragraphs on this one. We're not writing 3 to 5 paragraphs. You can keep this to 1 paragraph if you would like, okay? So TDEE actually works because we're just writing the transition, 1 detail, and then you could expand a little bit. Okay, but you don't have to write, usually, we write a really long, a multi-paragraph essay. This one, it's a quick write. So we're going to keep it to probably a real great, solid paragraph. Okay. All right. So this is informative. Let's go to the prompt again. Let's go to the prompt. What should my teacher be for Halloween, or what should my teacher be for a costume party? What kind of writing is this? Is it a story? Thumbs up if you think it's a story. Thumbs out if you say, no, that's not a story. What do you think? Is it a story that we're writing? What should my teacher be for Halloween? Oh, and then, what's going to give me a clue? Look at the sentence frame examples. My teacher should be a for Halloween because my teacher, Mr., Mrs., Miss, should be a for the costume party. What kind of writing are we doing? Kind of writing are we doing a narrative? No. Yes, I see your thumbs. No. Is this an opinion, what you think? Is this an opinion? Are we writing about what you think? Oh, yes, I see your thumbs up going like this. Yes. So this is an opinion. So which organizer am I going to use? The one that has the opinion, the big O, and we're going to make sure we put the TREE, transition, reason, and then evidence and explain. Okay. All right. So let me show you some examples. I'm going to show you some, I'm sorry. One more thing. One most important thing on this prompt. Look at the box in red, everybody. Look at the box in red. It says, here's some rules. No gore, no blood, no scary or violent costumes. None of that, okay? That's out. We're going to delete those, and you get a 0 for that. That's not, so because you're not following the prompt. Right, make sure. We want something creative. Let me show you some uh, creative ones that my students chose.
Oh, before you do that, can you
Yeah.
go over the things on the sides?
Oh, yes, yes, yes. So here's some tools. Isn't this wonderful? Mrs. Hall I just put on lots of different tools that you can use to help you. So we have the post-its on the left, and then on the left of that, we have the races. If you're using that in your class, you can use this also, kind of so that you can remember how to generate and create your topic sentence. Okay, we're answering some of these questions. Make sure, answer the question, cite the evidence, explain and elaborate. All right, and sum it up. This is great. The only thing that we don't have for you is a passage. We don't have a passage for you to read to cite evidence, right? So the evidence is actually really going to be from what you know about whatever you think your teacher should be. So if you know that, I have one that I'll show you. And she said, Mrs. Joe should be a clown. So now I don't have a passage about clowns. So, but whatever you pick, you're taking it from your prior knowledge. If you said, oh, my teacher should be hot Cheetos, maybe it's because when you eat hot Cheetos, it makes you happy and your teacher makes you happy. So you have to now take the characters or the trait of whatever it is that you want your teacher to be. It doesn't have to be a person. Okay. It could be a thing. Okay. Be creative. So here's some character trait lists. Also, if you want to use any of these words to describe your teacher, right? Because this student said I should be a clown because she said because she makes us laugh and she's funny. Okay. Well, here's some words. Think about your teacher, some character traits that she has, and maybe that'll help you to decide what she should be. Okay. And then here's another tool that you can use about how to come up with a sentence for your topic sentence, and then what you need to include, right? You have to have the opinion, give reasons to back up your opinion, and then make sure you have a conclusion. But again, it can be very concise. One nice paragraph that has 3 different quick reasons. It doesn't have to be as long as your essays that you sometimes write. Okay. And I'm going to show you some. Oh, can you see? Can you see my screen? I wanted to show you some samples. And you guys are going to take this assignment and do something so cool. Mrs. Hod's going to be showing you something so amazing, a tech tool that you can use. But here's the one that I was talking to you about. Now, these are kids that were in my first grade class, okay? First grade class. So will your writing be more sophisticated? Yeah, it better be. It better be more sophisticated than my first graders. Okay, but look at this one. Look at. Mrs. Joe should be a clown for Halloween. First, she should be a clown because she makes us laugh. Also, she can be a clown because on Crazy Hair Day, she had leaves on her hair, which was so funny in conclusion. Oh, she didn't have a conclusion. Now, she included 2 reasons because she was in first grade. I told them just to do 2 reasons. I want you guys to come up with 3. Okay. Here's another one. Now, that was a person. Now, maybe it could be something that doesn't really exist. Mrs. Joe should be a unicorn for Halloween. First, she should be a unicorn because they have magic. Also, she's smart and she knows a lot of things and knows how to teach us. Oh, that's so nice, huh? Okay, how about this one? This is really interesting. Mrs. Joe should be a house. She should be a house for Halloween. First, she should be a house because she keeps the kids. What does it say? Oh, she keeps kids safe. Aw, so sweet. I love it. Okay. And then also she is strong. Yes, yes, yes. In conclusion, this is what Mrs. Joe should be. Oh, I love that they included the. Okay, look at this one. A pumpkin. Look at that pumpkin. But you see how they drew the picture? This is really important because what Mrs. Ha is going to have you guys do is you need to have the whole body. Okay, she's going to explain it a little bit more. And look at all some of the character traits that they wrote, that they included. It says, oh, beautiful. It says, because she glows bright in the dark. Oh my gosh, they're so sweet. In addition, Mrs. Joe's beautiful like a pumpkin. Oh, but look at this one. Look, can you tell what that is? Yeah. It's kind of hard. It says, Mrs. Joe should be an eraser. for Halloween. First, she should be an eraser because she can erase problems. Oh my goodness, so creative. Also, she's good at helping get things off. I don't know what that means. It's a llama. Okay. All right. Now, I know these are first grade examples. I got some from a friend of mine, and she teaches fourth and fifth grade. So I wanted to show you some of the samples from her students' classes. Look at this. Okay, here's an organizer, but you're going to do this digitally, the one that Mrs. Ha is going to show you. But look, should be a ninja for Halloween. Well, why? And then all these reasons. Look at the reasons. She can solve problems. She's smart, and you have to be smart to be a good ninja. And it says, yeah, that's it. Oh, they even just 3 reasons. Oh, let's see. It says doesn't want students looking at other people. Oh, she can sneak. She can sneak their grades for that. I don't know what that means. Okay. Make sure your sentences make sense. Okay. And then here we go. Here's another one. Oh, Kool-Aid. Look at all the great reasons. Kool-Aid is very popular that everyone likes. Okay. Because they're saying that they like their teacher. She'll be like Kool-Aid. Although she's cool, she's already cool, but she could be cooler. Okay. Come up to drink her, oh, come up for help. It's like they said, yeah, people like to go to they like to have Kool-Aid when they need something, they need to be cooled off. Well, they go to the teacher when they need something. Those are great ideas. All right, so you see how fun this can be? Here's one. There's one, another teacher. Banana. I like mine. I like the first graders. Okay, so those are some ideas. You can be very creative. Another student did boba. You know, they said Mrs. Joe should be a boba.
Very cute.
Very cute. So we can't wait to see all of yours. Now, Mrs. Ha's going to explain the rest of the assignment.
Okay, so cute. Oh my goodness. All right, guys. Are you excited for this assignment? I'm excited for you. Okay, there are some things I need to go over before you start the assignment. So I'm going to go back to this. Before I share this Google slide with you, I'm going to go over a few details. Now, when we did our Google slide International Dot Day assignment, it was different because that was a slide and it was an art piece. This one, we're using it for a daily journal, for a writing piece. So it's a little different, okay? When you first open your Google slide, everything's going to look tiny. It's going to be very small on your screen, just like this. So what you're going to need to do is know how to navigate through this so that you can enlarge things. So pay attention, look at my screen. You're going to have to know how to zoom in and unlock it and lock it, okay? So what you'll need to do is you're going to need to find this zoom button right here, okay? So you're going to click on that. You're going to click anywhere on your screen. You're going to click it so that it gets bigger. So we'll look at my screen first. And let's say I want it a little bit bigger. You're going to click it again. But notice if you keep clicking, it'll just get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. So you have to click on it, unlock it again so that now you can start typing, okay? Then you'll need to move your mouse around so that you can look at all the tools and resources on the left, and you can move it on the right. Now, if you can't do that with your mouse, you see this line bar right here? This is where you can move from left to right. And then on the right side, I don't know if your teachers can see, you can go from up and down as well here. Okay, so you'll need to know how to navigate through your Google slide so that you can look at all the resources on your screen. Okay, this is really important because many times when my students are going through this, they forget that when they click on this zoom, they just keep zooming and zooming and zooming and they can't do anything anymore. Okay, so you need to make sure you click on zoom, and then if you want to go back to your original view, right next to this zoom button, you see this percentage? You can go to this down arrow and click on fit. When you click on fit, everything goes back to the original view. Okay, you can even click on a percentage like, oh, you know what? I want to view it at 75%. This is a good percentage where I can actually start typing. Or maybe at 100%. This might be a good percentage, and this is where I can start typing. Okay, so does everyone understand how to enlarge your screen so that you can start typing and look at the resources? Give me a thumbs up if you understand what to do. Great. Thank you, Miss Brewer's class. Thank you. Good. Okay, now this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you how to make a copy of this slide. So when we go back to our Tech Time Canvas course, we might have to do this. We might have to stagger this so that not everyone is doing it at the same time. What you're going to do is you're going to click on this box right here, and you're going to click to make a copy. So students, you're going to click on this, and it's going to come up and show like this. What would you like to make a copy of Daily Journal? You're going to click on make a copy. Okay, so everyone, you're going to click on that and you're going to make a copy of the Daily Journal, and it's going to be your copy. You only need to do that one time because you do not want to make multiple copies of this journal. Okay. And teachers, in order for you to have a copy of your students' work, I suggest in creating a Canvas assignment and have them share this copy with you. So what I would normally do is once they make a copy, oh, it's heavy traffic. So I had a feeling this would happen. So we might have to take some time, maybe do it in a few minutes. Everyone wants a copy. Okay, while we are doing that, teachers, I'm going to show you another resource. So students, maybe you can take your time in doing that. Teachers, if you can look at the modules, I added a link in modules just for you because teachers, you are a TA in this Canvas course. Students will not be able to view this, but teachers, you have this daily journal masters list. And if you click on that, it'll take you to this masters list where you can have access to a list of other prompts that you can copy and use for your class. So if you want to have your students write other prompts, you can use this. We just ask that you open it and make a copy. Here are the directions. Tip 1, do not make a copy of this sheet. Just use this. Open it. Once you open the Google slide, make a copy of that and save it to your own Google folder and then assign it to your students. If you want to assign it in your own Canvas course and you don't know how, I can come and show you how to do that.